Welcome to part number 4 of great tutorial on how to exit your body. I'm so excited to have been doing this for y'all. I feel that there's a great need for this free material, and that's why I'm doing it. Bamhek TV, it's a labor of love, and I want you to be a part of it. Leave comments. Let me know what you think about this. I'll respond. Like I said on previous videos, I'm away on a retreat right now, and I'll be back beginning of April, and we'll have an amazing time going back and forth with your comments. Subscribe if you like this so far. Subscribe, share it with your friends, anyone that you think that may find this content useful. So part 4, we're going to be talking about what to do now that you are out of the body. So you exit the body through a dream. Part 1 was the mindset. You have the right mindset. You're fearless. You're courageous. You are living in unconditional love. You're enjoying the moment, enjoying the time being, not trying to be somewhere where you're not. You prepare. Part 2 was preparation. You prepare your body that day, your mind. You made affirmations. You set intentions to leave the body, and you finally exit the body, which is part number 3. You exit through a dream. You exit through sleep paralysis. And now you're out of your body, so you see your body there. It's in the bed. I recommend that after you exit the body, create some distance. Go far from your body. You're moving within your house. I talk about mirrors being portals. I have not had the privilege, the experience of going through a mirror. Actually, I was thinking about that as I shot the last part in the series. I said, you know what? I'm going out through a mirror, and I'm going to practice that next time I lay down to practice the out-of-body state or being conscious of leaving my body. But that's what part 4 is all about. What do you do once you're out of the body? I remember I always flying always come to mind because I fly a lot. That's preferred transportation vehicle is myself flying. I remember being in this out-of-body experience where I mentioned it on the previous video. I was squatting down, making something with my hands, and there was people around me, beings around me, seeing me do this. I was digging. As I'm putting it together, it came out like a small, like a planet almost on a bow, inside a bowl. It looked almost like a snow globe. As I got done doing that, I remember I took off flying. And so I'm super fast going through the trees, and I started going up and in a spiral, going up so hard. In the middle of me going up that hard, I said, wow, if I stop believing, I'll fall. I remember falling, and I wake up in the body, and I'm like, oh. So I close my eyes, and I'm back in the same place. This time I'm walking with a guy that was there, and he's like, hey, I want you to give me one of them little balls you made, blah. And I'm like, come with me, they're at my house. So we're walking to my house, and I'm telling him, hey man, this just happened. I try to tell him how I took off flying and I'm falling. I'm telling him all that, and I can perceive his doubt. I know that he's like, whatever, something like that. Before I took off flying, I was skipping like the man in the moon. Gravity wasn't holding me down. As soon as I took a few steps like that, almost floating steps, I took off. So I was telling him that, and we got to my house. I made him a drink. He had the drink. He had the little ball. I gave him one of those little balls, and he's walking down my pasture. So he's going down from my house, and it's a huge opening like that, and you can see the trees in the distance. As he is walking down, I see him, that he starts kind of floating like that. He started taking steps like the man in the moon, almost like levitating, but long steps and almost in slow motion. And I'm like, from my house, I'm screaming at him, I'm fly, motherfucker, fly. I started screaming at him to fly. So he takes off, and I meet him there, and we're flying together. The experience ended. But how cool it is to dictate what happens when you're out of your body. Same as you dictate what happened in your life, outside the body is the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You get to command and think things into existence. Now you're out of your body, you're in your room, go open a door, go through the door, go outside, fly. You can, in your intentions before you leave, you can set the intention to meet your higher self and or your spirit guide or an angel or a being that is familiar just as you are familiar. Remember, once you leave your body, you're still close to the awareness that you have on earth. It takes you a little minute to realize that you are this powerful soul that is unbounded and free. When you're out, ask for help. Ask for someone to guide you, or you can decide what to do. If you want to go and explore Earth for realm 1, you're going to find some things that are hidden and you're going to find them. When we were doing a work group with Darius, he was giving us targets to go to Antarctica and go to access different places. And a lot of the people in the group access a lot of places on Earth, and some access places in deep on Earth, and some of them went to the halls of Amenti. You go in there through the pyramids, and there's a lot of records there, soul records, records of things. You could go to different realms. Obviously, it has to do with your access, with your belief, with your commanding. When you get out, command to be in full control. Say it within your mind. You usually don't speak out loud, but you can command what your experience is. Decide what you want it to be. And it is when you leave, you can, a bunch of my friends, they walk to the bathroom, or the people that are part of these groups of humans that are exiting, being conscious when they exit the body, and they walk to the bathroom and go through that mirror. Put your hand through. Make sure you separate from the body as soon as you get out, so that you don't get sucked right back into the body. Your magnetic field is there to keep your soul attached to your body. Try commanding what you want to be done. Once you start going to these different places and meeting these beings, I know that it's normal for us to be curious and try to know everything, know names. Names on the other side have power. Same as here, your name has power if you understand who you are. I know my name on the other side. If you ask me my name on the other side, it's not just what they call me. It's the whole story behind that. Once you focus on that name, a lot of things happen. There's a lot of beings that don't share their name when you're out. Like I said, my friend coming out in her house and going through that staircase, seeing this board meeting happening and starting to ask names and nobody would answer. And I hear that a lot in the comments, and people that reach out to with questions. It's like, why is it that I ask for names and I don't get any names? And it's because you either know their names, or knowing their names is not that relevant. But there's some people that when you know their names, and usually you'll meet your spirit guides. My girlfriend left last week a couple times, and she had set that intention that she was going to be guided by her spirit guide. As she came out, she had 2 spirit guides, one to her right, one to her left, and there was one in front of her on one of the occasions. And she asked to go to a place where there was hurt. What went to that place and healed all wounds, not only for herself, but a multitude of souls that were experiencing pain, and that they, her together with these 2 beautiful beings, they brought a lot of deliverance. They released the pain and the hurt on these souls. When we leave, we're always doing something. Just because we don't remember doesn't mean that we're not active on the outer body, and that's home. You're busy doing what you need to be doing, learning your lessons, working on creation. Whatever it may be that you're doing, there's something that you're doing. When you're full consciousness, when you leave this experience, you meet that. A lot of times it could be a little confusing to you, not to the beings that are with you, because they know he just brought that little piece that he had on earth, just joined, and that merge takes a little time for you to realize where you're at. For example, when my beast was rushing towards me, right? I go through a portal and now I'm in this beautiful place and I'm looking like this, and all of a sudden I look to my left and this huge animal rushing towards me. It shook me for a minute, but I just put my hand out. When my pet got to me, this animal, he just sat next to me and started walking the path with me. Don't doubt your experiences. That's something very important. When you leave the body, don't doubt that you're out. Don't doubt that what you're seeing is 100% true. When you leave, physicality is more physical than here. You could touch, you can experience even emotions. And on the other side, my uncle Tio Paco hit me so hard with that love substance that brought that emotion back to me. That is the goal when you exit, is to bring that memory back with you so that you are reminded of who you truly are. When you're out, don't discount anything. If you meet something that you just don't want in your experience, command it to be so. Tell it that he's got no right to be in your space and that it needs to go. There's nothing more powerful than you commanding anything on the other side, and they will abide to your request. There's no doubt in my mind that you have full control of your experience. Consciousness dictates reality here on realm 1 and in all realms. There's some of them that you and I don't have access to yet, or some that I do have access to, and some that you do and I don't. Be an explorer. Darius J. Wright, he is the ultimate explorer right now. He mapped out the construct, all the 12 realms. He knows what's where. It's so vast that you're never on this lifetime are gonna visit everywhere that is available to visit. The more I get submerged in this world of supernatural, the outer body, the NDE, the in-body experience, having access to higher realms of existence and information, I realize that we are for sure 100% living in multiple dimensions. Imagine how much there is to see. If you are experiencing, like my friend Andre on Neo Soul, he had access to multiple experiences while in one place. That's going to one place. Imagine going to the books, to the record of all. You go there and you get to go to any lifetime that you choose, from your perspective, from their perspective, from a third person perspective. It's a lot to explore. You have questions? Ask. You want to see somebody, a historical figure? Ask. Command. I want to go here. I want to go there. There are places where your frequency may not match. That's why the first video was the mindset. Unconditional love is access to everything. But you cannot fake an energy signature. You may think that you're an unconditional love, but when it's time to access certain things, are you really? When you exit and you're out, you can stay in your neighborhood and you could get to the top of your building and fly off of there and see your city, the world. You can go outside of that. I have people in my group that been to the void and back multiple times on the outer body experience, just pass all the realms all the way out of the construct and stay on that quiet, beautiful place that is the void. Then you get bored of being there and you go back to creating other different things. There is a multitude of things to do. The more your desire and your want and your intention is set to do something or to go somewhere, you most likely are going to access those places. I talk about it very matter of factly because I've been to places that I even gotten into places that I don't belong, that they don't want me there. Actually, one time I took a super high dose of mushrooms, and that's why, all those shortcuts don't do it for me, because you don't need anything other than your own self. But I got into a dimension right here on realm 1, and it was hairy in there. It was scary, and I needed help coming out, and help came, and I got shook inside that dimension. It was hours worth of time spent there. My light was coming out and they didn't like it, and it was amazing. I realized more of my power. It was challenging to realize that I had entered a place where I didn't mean to. I was on the order, but not through the proper channels, which is with your mind sober, with your power in front of you, your will 100%. It's two different things. But when you leave the body consciously, only enriching experiences come to you, because that's what this discipline is, so that you remember who you truly are and bring it back onto this earth. So this video is not going to go too long, because I want you also to do your research near-death experiences. The teachings of Darius have a lot of detail on what's out there, and other people. My friend Andre got to see a few of the different realms coming down from Neo. So he was coming down back into what it was like a little ball. Earth was like a little ball, and he realized that everything that he thought to be true was contained on that little ball. But on his way down, he's seen all these different realms, and he could zoom in and see angelics, and see the time of the Egyptians, see the different things, the heavenly realm, and different things that he's seen on the way down to, or on the way here. I don't want to say down, because it could be sideways, it could be upwards. It's just a lot of the movement on the outer body happens sideways, and a lot happened right here. You may think that you are moving far, but you really are really close. When I seen Tío Paco, and I seen this vastness before in other experience, but when I went to see Tío Paco and I looked outside of that window and I seen that beautiful city never ending, like it looked so, you couldn't see the end of it. So can you imagine getting into a city like that and just meeting beings that are there and getting wisdom, or teaching, or eating, or being attracted to another being? I don't know. It's your experience. So when you're out, and that's why I know I haven't spoken a lot about individuality and your own identity. That's so big on the outer body, and here too. You have to be okay with you and all your power. You feel so comfortable in it, and you are what you do is known to all. Get okay with who you are here, because you translate that to the other side when you leave. Love every aspect of your identity. Nobody has to like it but you. Then once you love it, once you are deep into who you truly are, you accept yourself, you accept other beings that come to you. You may not agree with who they are, but you accept them for who they are. That is nothing more grand and supreme than acceptance, because everybody got their own experience to have. So who am I and who are you to not be okay with that? On the outer body, that's not an option. Everybody is their own God. Everybody has their own experiences to live, their own lessons to learn, their own creation to learn and to create, their own world to run, their own star with planets around. If you look at in science here, quantum entanglement and quantum, human is starting to realize that possibilities are endless. Possibilities when you leave the body are endless. Just at first, it's going to take you a little practice with getting used to what you experience, right? But once you get a hang of it, like my friend Darius, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm no expert. I'm just talking from my experience. But you imagine leaving a couple times a night, going back to the same place you were. You already know that energy signature, and you follow it back to it, and you receive more information, and you bring it back, and you can see what's to come, potentialities of what your life may look like. How about if I take this step? And it's just endless. When you leave the body, the options available to you, obviously they have to do with your access. There's levels to this. Just like in Earth, not everybody have the same level of understanding. The outer body is the same. Here is just like a muddy mirror of out there. It's pretty much the same. There's places that you don't have access to yet, but you're on Earth learning the skill set that is going to grant you access to those. This is video number 4. Video number 4. Part 4 of this. Being out. What do you do when you're out? There's going to be beings that are going to meet you if you want to. They can try to come meet you, but if you don't want to, all you have to do is put your hand out, be like, move away from me, like I did to that angel that came to bring me somewhere. I'm nope. In the name of Jesus, get away from me. And he didn't fly away or got scared and run away. I used the name of Jesus. That was part of out of my own fear. I used that, and I'm not saying anything about that name. I think that's a beautiful name. It's been misconstrued on earth. I'm not going to get deep into that, but Jesus is also a master that came to teach stuff on earth. His words got taken by the controllers at that time and use it and change them and use them to manipulate. He's visited me before in meditation. That being the Christ has been and spoken to me, because I was asking for help about the outer body. I was begging, and I was in the bathtub, and his presence entered the place. Sublime, all peace. It was just like I was covered by instant love, and very older brotherly. He told me, quit asking for what you already have. Now use it. I was like, and I started taking command and using healing for myself and others, and going further in the in-body experience. So I'm not better. I don't say these things to brag. I just want to tell you that all of this is available to all of us. All it takes is having the intention. When you leave the body, having the courage to explore. I'm guilty of not having the courage at times and freaking out and falling back in the body because of my own fears that I didn't face. I experience fear just like you, like everybody else, but the only difference between those who are courageous and those who are not as courageous is some of them run faster when they see something they don't understand. I sometimes stay there and face it and reap the benefits of my courage. You can too. I know you do it too with other things in life. You could do it with this too. This is better, safer than life. The outer body, that all pain, destruction, all those bad things that we experience, they're of earth. Out there, that's not it. Out there is unconditional love, full, no limitations. So there's true freedom, no all but courage, truth. You can't, when you're out, everything that you thought you could hide here is on the open. So get used to being open about your life here. That's why I talk openly about my life, and I have secrets just like everyone else. I keep looking for them, and I don't want them to be buried under my memories. I want that anything that I can think of, I want it to come out. I believe that with each other's cooperation, you sharing this message in whichever way you can, experiencing the other side will change you. You can then pay it forward in the way you treat others, in the way you communicate with others, in your visions and your thoughts about others. That's very important. What you think about a person, you're affecting not to them, but your image towards that person is being affected by your thoughts. Watch what you think about others. Just because you don't say it doesn't mean it isn't so. So whenever you think about something that is not productive towards somebody else, change that thought. But when you leave the body, when you feel your body being released, you're going to feel like a tingle. You're going to hear a sound, or you're going to feel your feet rocking. You can feel your body go side to side. You can feel yourself sinking or just coming out your chest. One time I OD on cocaine and ecstasy, and I remember vividly feeling my soul. I was getting cold and I'm losing consciousness. My soul is trying to float out, and I started praying so hard. I'm like, God, don't let me die, please, God. And in my mind, because I was on paralysis, I couldn't speak. I could look like this, and I could hear the people, the guys that was still doing lines or whatever, but I was laying on the floor dying, ODing on coke and ecstasy. I remember my soul trying to leave, and it happened to me multiple times alive, where my soul is wanting to make distance from the body. So you'll get used to those feelings when you're in the practice. Once you're out, it's on. Don't look back to your body yet until, or you can fall back right into it. But if you don't want to, like my friend Andre, he opened a door when he was on Neo Soul, which is another place that exists. When he opened the door to exit his house in that place, he seen nothing but darkness. So he knew that his experience was about to be over. And he commanded, he said, no, I don't want to leave Neo Soul. I don't want to go to Earth yet. I'm going to stay here. He closed that door and he stayed there for what seemed to be months. And it was just a couple minutes, a night worth of existence. But you're going to hear his story too. It's coming out in a podcast. It already came out in a podcast that we did together with our friend from Beyond the Frequency 369, Cesar Ruiz. Check him out. He's very interesting character, great person. We've been working on some things. He's helping us with the podcast, but he interviewed us too. But when you exit, it's freedom. It's such freedom. And you're not going to feel that freedom so much while you are here on realm 1, but you can move out of realm 1 like this, through a portal, exiting your house. When I exit my house, I wasn't on realm 1. It was a garden, and I was free, and I flew. You choose where you go to. Obviously, like I said, there's places where there's different levels of access that you gotta have, but be confident that you have what it takes to go to where you want to go to. There is help for us, always available to guide you. There are beings that are waiting on you to help you see all these things, because they want us to remember while we are on Earth. You wanted to remember. That's the reason you're watching this video, because you yourself wanted to remember about it. And you came across the teachings of Darius. You came across Bamhek TV. You probably come across the Monroe Institute teachings, Robert Monroe, and there's other people, multiple people out there. Just search it up. Outer body experience, how to do the outer body experience. This is a free tutorial because I don't feel the need to charge for information that is not mine to keep. So I just share the way that I know it. Hopefully when you leave your body, you know what to do. I'm giving you tips and tricks that you can utilize. Plant your feet, command, sit yourself there in your will that you have that is so amazing. Just there, say what you want to do. Create the place that you want to go. And bring that information back and share it with us. We want to know. We want to hear your experience. This is available to everyone. This is part of the design of human. Humans have that embedded in their experience, that we get to go back home every night. Now be conscientious about it. Dictate what it is that you want to know to bring back. You coming back. Don't worry about staying there. You will fall back in your body. Darius talk about how he's been offered to stay. Nobody can force you to stay. If it's your time to go, you're going to have the option to stay. And most likely you're going to refute it because you are here for a reason. That's what we're going to talk about on our next video. Once you leave and you have whatever experience you have, you bring it back with a different understanding. You come back as a changed person. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's the reason I make these videos, because it's not about the outer body experience. That's home. You always go there. It's about the in-body experience where we are right now. So what do you do with this information? How did this information changes you? Number 5 is just as important, because when you come back with all that information, what are we going to do now? How are we going to impact our life and the life of others with this? I'm so excited about this journey that we're doing together, if no one told you that they love you, if today someone hasn't taken their time to tell you that they love you, I love you. From the bottom of my heart, I know what it is to feel unlovable. Don't love myself and nobody else, because until you accept yourself and love yourself deeply, it's going to be really hard to accept others' love and give it to others. So let's get ready for part 5, which is what are we going to do with the information that we bring back. We're going to do a quick recap. Number 1, lesson part 1, mindsets, unconditional love, courage, the patience to do the actual that it takes to learn. You're learning how to exit your body. That's a new skill. It's a great skill. And again, I don't even want to say it's a skill that you're learning, because you brought that with you. You come in and out all the time. But the skill to be conscientious what that happened, it's an awesome skill set to have. Can nobody entrap your soul? They can trap your body, but you're ready to go. Number 2, prepare on your day-to-day, not just the day that you exit, but I'm trying to eat healthier, less stress in my life, better decision making when dealing with others. So prepare, but then have your room ready, have your comfortable area to do it. Make sure you deprive your senses so that your body goes to sleep faster, or just go to sleep period, and your mind stay up. Keep your mind alert. Nourish your soul with good things every day. That day that you decide to exit, visualize everything that's going to happen. Visualize it. Just say whatever you want to happen. Create it. Visualize it. See it before you even see it. Before you go there. Have your intention. That's all preparation. Lay down, relax, get comfortable. Enjoy the moment as you're exiting. Once you go in there, take your deep breaths and relax your body fully and keep your mind awake. And then start feeling your body. You're going to feel it. If you stay awake, you're going to feel or hear the separation from your soul, because you do it every night and you're just witnessing it in full awareness. Once you're out, pick your poison. I want to go through that mirror. My beings, where are you? Take me somewhere. Start walking. When my friend got into this portal, Andre, he started touching him. It was solid here, solid behind him, solid underneath. He's like in a box. But then when he put his hand forward, went like that forward, there was nothing there. So he started taking steps in this darkness, steps through this portal, and all of a sudden, boom, he's in a new world. How cool is that? How cool is to exit the body? You have experienced it, and now you're going to be conscientious of it. And once you're out, do what you may, do what you want, experience it all, be free temporarily, because you're coming back to the body. Then when you come back to the body, bring all that information, all that unconditional love, all that wisdom, all that knowledge, all that understanding, and share it with yourself, with the love that you're going to grow in deeply for yourself, for your family, for the whole world, because that's what we're doing this. We're waking people up. That is the mission. The mission is so that we all one day open our eyes and we include everyone into this great celebration. We'll move on to the next stage of creation, which I believe is us being the architects of our own constructs. That's a bunch, and that's what awaits you. There's a lot of texts that talk about it. I know the Bible say that all these kingdoms, these places to live, are being created for us, and they are. Darius talk about little constructs in God's shelves. That's for you and for me to run those places. You have to learn, and we're learning. That's what we're doing, peeking into our true selves and bringing those lessons to the hardest place there is to create. Round 1. Nobody told you they love you. I love you. Stay up, stay tuned, subscribe, share it, comment, and let's keep on doing the good work together. For now, Bamhek is out. Blessings. Thank you.